Back in 2001, we were in the cockpit of the sailboat, and it was raining sideways outside, and I had gloves on, and they were soaking wet, and I could see my breath, and I had to blow into my hands to keep them warm, and I thought there must be a better way. And I suddenly had this vision of myself sitting in a warm pilot house somewhere with a cup of coffee in my hand, surveying the same scene that I was seeing now, cold and wet, but seeing it from a much more comfortable spot. So about 3 years ago, met some people here right in Anacortes who were starting a boat building company. They were experienced boat builders. We got together with them, and after some discussions, we decided to form a joint venture to develop and build a line of trawlers, and the 45 was the first one that we were going to develop, and this is hull number 1 that we're on. We have Steve Seaton now aboard with us to help us in the development of the next 2 models, as well as custom boats. Steve is going to consult with us.
I've been asked by other companies to do this, and I've turned them down because I may have liked the boat, or I may have done a boat for them that I liked, but they didn't have the almost childlike enthusiasm to build something really special. And that's what I see here.
When we first started the design of the boat, we elected to put a lot of time and energy into the upfront design.
When we shape the boat, it's not just, well, we'll draw this, and okay, and then, all right, there's the boat. No. We massage the shape, and we change things, and we tweak a little bit out of this end, a little bit out of this end, to change the prismatic coefficient 1/100% to get it so it's right for that particular design, that length of boat, the speed of the boat, the weight of the boat. All those have to go into the process of designing the boat.
We use Unigraphics 3D modeling program along with Ideas, which is another modeling program, to completely model the boat. You find Unigraphics primarily used in the aviation industry. Most boat designers don't really feel they need to have that powerful a program because they're going to design the boat, and then they're just going to turn the drawings over to somebody who's going to produce the molds by hand, as opposed to taking the 3D modeling program and then just going right in and cutting those molds on a CNC machine. Well, the 5-axis milling machine we have is, quite frankly, has the largest envelope of any 5-axis machine in the United States currently. Our x-axis is about 85 feet long, the x-axis being the length. The y-axis, which is the width, is about 27 feet long, and the z-axis, which is how high that the machine can cut, is about 14 feet tall. The hull shapes, the shapes of the superstructure, placement of all of the equipment, even right down to the details of drawers and door detail, that was all done in Unigraphics 3D modeling, so that when we got ready to build the boat, we were able to know exactly what we were doing long before we were doing it. Our build group really came from a variety of places, but most of the fellows were working for big boat companies, and they only know how to build a boat like you'd build a big boat. And the one thing that they don't want to do is to sacrifice quality.
The fact that you have a bow thruster and articulating rudder, you basically can walk the boat sideways if you like.
Okay, we can put the rudder over, and here we go. Pretty impressive. Each one of the guys feels like they're putting their signature on this boat just by the quality of the workmanship.
This boat here has a lot of the qualities that a commercial boat would have. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't hesitate to take this boat up in the Bering Sea and run it around. I mean, it's built just like our fishing boats. It has a very robust engine, a commercial duty engine. You know, it's a Cummins 400 is our standard package. It's designed, you know, you can run the thing very hard for longer periods of time versus, you know, other engines that are out there. It's not a light duty package. We have a heavy shaft. We run a 2.5-inch Aquament 22 shaft, which is our standard. We have a very large prop and a bigger reduction, which has a tendency to push the boat much easier.
Well, we have a lot of debris here in the water in the Northwest, so we elected to put a layer of Kevlar in there. Kevlar is known for its strength and bulletproof vests, and it makes the hull somewhat puncture resistant.
The boat can handle rougher seas. It can buck, into strong winds. The flare of the bow is going to shoot the water out versus it just rolling right over the top, simply because it's obviously very tall.
An asymmetric design maximizes the amount of space that you have internal to work with.
In an area like the galley, you can pretty much have any of the things that you're accustomed to. When you start talking about your stateroom area, we've got these nice, big, wonderful deep drawers for all of the more bulky things that you might have. We've got wonderful cedar-lined closets, so you have hanging storage, a real washer dryer, a Bosch washer full size, a Bosch dryer full size, so you can do your laundry and you don't have to bring 3-4 weeks worth of clothing. It's a lovely head with a nice big shower. You don't have to wander up a dock and shower at the marina. It's here for you. When we started conversations about building the boat here, we were anxious to green the boat, so we went about gently greening.
The things that we've tried to do to build a green boat is, first of all, using the vacuum infusion process doesn't release any VOCs in the air. You literally watch the guys doing the lamination and they don't need to wear a mask. Anybody can walk in there and you really don't smell any odors. We've increased the size of our holding tanks so that we lessen the chance of somebody deciding to pump out in a harbor somewhere. Our holding tanks, our Blackwater tank is 135 gallons. You just don't find a holding tank on a boat this size that's anywhere near that large.
I've been doing green boats for 30 some odd years. I just never called it a green boat. I mean, I was chewed out. I was told I was an idiot for trying to make boat fuel efficient. But I said, no, it's an academic pursuit in one sense, because I used to design, and I still do, sailboats. And there, you have to make the boat efficient or it isn't going to sail at all. So if you take a sailboat hull and you tweak it and make the prismatic coefficient just so-and-so and the block coefficient so-and-so, and you really tweak it to make the best efficiency of that wind, why can't you do it to a powerboat?
We try to choose sustainable plantation lumber. The wood that's being used on this boat is a wood called macaray. It's an African cherry grown on a plantation somewhere in Africa, presumably. We also use woods like sapili and bubenga. These are sound like exotic names, but they are a plantation lumber, which are not endangered.
You're not giving up anything by eliminating teak and holly. You've actually opened yourself up to wonderful possibilities of equally as beautiful a look, but you've used a plantation or sustainable wood and accomplished the same thing.
The cork flooring is a very popular option on the boat.